Hello everyone, Stephen Thompson here, of course, from Kicx Martial Arts Champions Character. Listen, we have got like a special offer, a summer offer, which we got for you guys right now. It's called our launch offer for our Champions Character program. So we're officially launching it right in September, and there's a few massive differences that are going to be happening in September, which I'm going to go over now. Something to make sure to say, nobody has to do this offer. Of course, in whatever membership you're on, you can continue doing that. But do listen to what I'm saying, because it really could save you literally thousands of pounds. And it starts from £1,000, right? So we're just over 1,000. So it's a very low starting point on there. But it could take you all the way to black belt, or all the way to second dan, or all the way to third dan, or whatever option you choose to take. And it doesn't matter what course you're on at the moment. You may say, oh, well, I'm on the basic course, and I've got, I don't know, 25 lessons left of my basic course. Perfect. This offer will not kick in until your current course ends, which, of course, is great. So that means you can still take the offer, but it won't kick in until that one ends. So this course is literally for everybody in the school, which I hope you guys are excited about it. I'll go through the pricing on how it actually works. But yeah, great deal. But before that, what's happening in September is we have two different courses now, right? We used to have basic course and the black belt course. So the basic course, if you look at the 7 habits, there's something called the private victory, and the private victory is the course where you work on yourself. It's all about being proactive, setting goals, putting first things first, understanding principles, paradigms, things like that. That is the private victory. So that is how we're doing it, which is basically what we've been doing it for the last few months anyway, is like a test run to make sure we're doing everything right. So that is basically the same. A 30-minute lesson. If you're on the basic course, you're used to that anyway. 30-minute lesson first. Some of you are doing 1 lesson a week. Perfect. That's what you got. Some of you are doing 2 lessons a week, which is, of course, what I always recommend doing, right? 2 or more. So if you guys are doing it, you might go on a Monday and a Wednesday, and you're doing your 2 basic lessons. You can continue doing exactly the same thing, the 2 lessons, and stay in that private victory. Where the huge or massive difference is now, for the second part of the lesson, which we used to call the black belt course, and that was a 15-minute lesson. So the people that are on black belt course, you know this anyway, right? It's where we do partner work drills, pad work, some even sparring, different things like that. So it's always generally working with another partner. And this is the public victory. So we got private victory first, then public victory. And public victory, like I said, is working as a team, getting used to that. At the moment, that's a 15-minute lesson. We're now going to do that as a 30-minute lesson. So 30-minute private victory, 30-minute, so private and public. So overall, a person could stay for one night and do 2 lessons. They could do the private victory and the public, whereas you couldn't do that before. If you were only able to train once a week, let's say on a Tuesday, that was basically it. You've done your 30-minute lesson and then you went home. Whereas now you can do twice a week on the same night. You can get both learning material in. A person may say, oh, because I'm, say, a second dan, I don't necessarily need to do the private victory. You always need to do private victory, okay? I still do private victory every day, because that's about working on you. So that never stops. That's your basic fundamentals, which is so important in everything you do. And then, in a perfect world, you'll do 1 public victory. So if a person can only train twice a week, they can do 2. But the great thing now is you can do them back to back. You can do the private victory, let's say 5 o'clock, whatever time is, and at 5:30 next one starts. The negative with this is we've had to lose 1 lesson every day. The staff are still working the same hours. We're not cut our timetable so we get to go home early or whatever it is. It's exactly the same, but because of that extra 15 minutes, and the instructor's got to have a break 50 minutes in between lessons and stuff like that, it means we've had to get rid of 1 lesson, which is the negative, right? But I think the positives really outweigh the negative. So the timetable is on this page. Have a look at the timetable, and any questions you've got about the timetable, please message me and I'll really see if I can help to see how we can make it fit with your schedule. It's not massive changes, but might be you might have to come out an early 15 minutes or a late 15 minutes, or how it's going to do. But have a little look, and we'll take it from there. So that's the actual courses explained, the private and the public. There's a lot of literature that goes with this, and videos which are on the app, which the app is our new school app. We're going to make it live hopefully by the end of this week. Max is here, Ben's here, myself's here. We're still shooting videos on it to get it up. It's all built, it's just putting the final tweaks to it. So everything will be more explained in that, but I don't want to make this video 3 hours long. So, wait, look out for that, and it'll be there. By the way, everything will be able to be booked on the app as well from the lessons. So when that comes about, you'll be able to do that as well. But don't worry about trying to book it yet, because the new times are not on the current app that we got. Okay, but I'll send you details about that. Now, the offer. So this launch offer is a little bit crazy, right? So for the cheapest one is for, let me just go through the normal price and what it's going to be. You may think, let's say you're a brand new person, and a brand new person walks in the door, and sometimes say, oh, I would just like the cheapest option. What do you have? So our cheapest option is a monthly payment of £73 a month, and that's for one lesson a week. Includes all the side-ons and stuff like that, your private lessons, apps and stuff like that. So that's the option they could take, and some people's going to take that option, right? Because people sometimes always want the cheapest option. They could do it, but that course, even though it seems the cheapest monthly option, that is over, where are we, £4,300 over the duration of the time, because it's basically a 5-year course. So for 5 years, they still got access to all the other stuff. It's a lot more private lessons we got to do. It's a lot more things we got to do. So of course the person's paying for a lot longer. So it may seem cheaper monthly, but really it's not. And when people come in, I will really be reiterating that, because sometimes people just want the cheapest option to go for. The next option is silver. I think this is the one that most people will go for. So the silver option is still 192 lessons. All the courses are 192 lessons, right? Because that's how long it takes. But this one, basically, it goes down to just under £3,000. You get your goal, you get to your black red quicker. Okay, so because of that, you're not paying for all the extras and stuff like that. So that works out a lot better. So the monthly membership on that one's $99, but you're doing 30 payments of $99 instead of the other one, 59 payments of $73. So that's where the huge savings come in. My goal, though, the one that I'm hoping people will go for, is gold. Remember what I said? When I started training, it took me 5 years to achieve my black belt. I could only train once a week, sometimes 3 times a month, because I was always reliant on lifts, people picking me up and stuff like that. That's why it took me 5 years. Whereas now, sometimes people train 3-4 times a week. These people should be rewarded for what they're doing. So we're doing it. Still 192 lessons. Hopefully an even split between the private victory lesson and the public victory lesson, right? So hopefully that's it doesn't have to be an exact split, but it should be near enough. But anyway, it's the same amount of lessons, 192. And for those 192, the normal price on the course is just over two grand. It's £2,070. So it's a lot cheaper. If you take that compared to bronze, it's over £2,000 cheaper. So that's a huge saving. A person will of course get there quicker. In reality, it could take 15 months. It could take longer, right? So it could take longer to do. But if a person is consistently training, doing those and staying on schedule, goal setting is going to be so important for people. Staying on schedule with it, they could achieve it in that time. A huge thing to remember is this: you are still in control of your lessons. All we're actually saying is you've got 192 lessons to use, and it's got to be used by this 15 months. So what would that be? That could be 2 lessons on a Monday, 2 lessons on a Wednesday. So you're staying for a whole hour on a Monday, whole hour on a Wednesday. So that'll be your 4 lessons. If a person was to do that, you will hit the target. You will hit the goal. So in like 15 months, you will be eligible to do that black red belt, which is so important. Does it mean you're going to pass your black belt? Of course not. Look at it like a college course. The college course is you've done the lessons, you've had the material, And then at the very end, before you go for the black belt, which is of course the ultimate thing, we have a real great look at you and tell you where we think you're going wrong or you're ready for it or whatever it would be. As you're going along the belts, which is why martial arts is so great, you've got little points where we say, you're going for your red belt, you're going for your yellow belt. At these points, we can give you feedback on how things are going. How do we think you're going to go? Are you on target to earn the actual black belt? Which, that's our goal for it to happen. But as in, all martial arts, there's no guarantee of anything, of any belt to be achieved. But that's our goal, and I know some people will be fired up for this to be able to do it. So what is the offer? It's 50% across the board. So if those 3 courses I just spoke about, you can get them for half price. So if you wanted gold, for example, you would pay £1,035, just over a grand for that course, for the 192 lessons. But I'm already on black belt course. I've already paid for something. It starts after. The 192 lessons starts after whatever you've paid for. So you will lose nothing. People that are on basic course, for example, is so great for you guys because you will have a starting point and an end point on it. But even if you're on basic course, you may have paid for, let's say you got 15 lessons left on the basic course. Well, you will still have those. It just gets credited and added to the 192. You will lose nothing, okay? So if you're looking on making a great saving this summer, this summer, have a look at the figures below. Any questions, get in contact with me. We're only doing 10 per course, so only 10. It is going to be popular because it's crazy, right? The pricing. The reason we're doing it is because yes, we're going to have a look at the school. Hopefully when you come back in September, the imagery, the banners and stuff like that are going to be changed for the Champions Character Program. And also we've got a couple of different things going on in the actual dojo as well, which I won't tell you about yet. But it's going to be absolutely brilliant and awesome. So if you want to take this chance, save a bit of money, the link is down below on this video somewhere on this webpage. You can just do it straight away. You don't need to call me to say it's going to. If it's on there, by the way, it's still available. It's just a counter of 10. Once it gets to 10, it's going to be gone. So if it's not there, then that's it. But if it is there, do it and grab it before it goes away. Hopefully you take this launch offer for our Champions Character Program called Champions Path, going up to black belt and beyond, right? Okay, you have a great summer, and well, I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye now.